This is Japan's famed Mount Midoriyama, the world's most difficult obstacle course. Over the past 15 years, thousands of competitors have taken on this beast, but only 3 have ever conquered it. No American has ever defeated Mount Midoriyama.
Mount Midoriyama was showing no mercy.
Oh, doesn't get it.
And the dream is over.
But this year, that could all change, because for the first time ever, this mother of all obstacle courses has come to America, and more athletes than ever before are ready to take it on. Competitors from 6 different regions across the country will run qualifying courses, but only the top 100 competitors who embody athletic talent, mental fortitude, and single-minded commitment will earn the right to advance to the finals in Las Vegas. There, the fabled course has been constructed, brutal obstacle by brutal obstacle. The fastest American to conquer Mount Midoriyama will not only make history, but will walk away with a $500,000 prize. Who has what it takes to become the first American Ninja Warrior?
Welcome to American Ninja Warrior, where our hunt continues for 100 remarkable athletes worthy of taking on the world's toughest obstacle course, Mount Midoriyama. I'm Matt Eisman alongside Olympic gold medalist Jonny Moseley here on the campus of Florida International University.
Hundreds of aspiring ninjas made the trip to Miami from Boston, New York, Pittsburgh, all across the Northeast for the qualifying round, but just the top 30 survived.
In spite of Miami being muy caliente, the American Ninja Warrior course proved to be cold and unforgiving. Last night's qualifying round on G4 challenged hundreds of competitors, leaving many as victims of its sheer brutality.
They're close!
The Northeast athletes were given a tougher challenge, facing 7 obstacles versus the 6 in other regions, and the fatigue would add up. Oh, and he's down! No, comes up short. Only 18 laser-focused athletes made it to the finish line.
Yes, a 2-handed grip, and he does it.
The survivors included Michael Needham, a golf course landscaper from New Jersey who's running for his brother, a Marine in Afghanistan. At just 5'5", one of the smallest competitors turned in one of the biggest runs. And then there's Chris Wilczewski, a gym owner who overcame his personal demons and found the keys to success on the course. Now, the course is longer, the competition is tougher, and the stakes are higher than ever, as the finals in Las Vegas are just 1 run away. We saw some strong runs in qualifying, but Jonny, who do you think has the best shot of getting through this extended course?
Well, Tim Livewire Sheaf is a world champion free runner, but last year he made a careless mistake which knocked him out of the competition. He's back. He laid down a smoking qualifying time, our fastest of the night. I think he's going to earn a trip to Mount Midoriyama. Another one to watch is Jesse Villarreal. He's a fisherman from Maine with dynamic parkour skills, runs with a mask, and is a lot of fun to watch. He could be a dark horse tonight.
Tonight's top 15 finishers will lock up a spot in the Las Vegas finals.
But to do that, athletes must face an incredibly demanding course consisting of 10 brutal obstacles.
For more on that, let's go down to our sideline reporter, Angela Sun.
Thanks, guys. Here are the 10 obstacles these competitors must face. First up, as always, are the deceptively difficult quad steps. Next comes the log grip, where the key is to grip high and hope you survive 2 bone-rattling drops. Our third obstacle is new for the Miami course. The bungee bridge will test the competitors' balance and agility as they cross a bridge with 4 platforms made entirely from bungee cords. Next is the jump hang. Athletes need to get a clean bounce off the mini tramp and launch themselves onto a cargo net. From there, it's on to 2 more new Miami obstacles. First, the jumping bars, where athletes must swing from bar to bar, each spaced 5 feet apart. And second, the wall lift, where athletes must lift 3 consecutive walls, each of increasing weight. The 7th obstacle is our 14-foot-high warped wall. Next up is the salmon ladder. They'll launch themselves from a mini tramp and grab onto the bar and thrust themselves upwards. Then they'll run into our fourth new obstacle. It's called Cycle Road. They'll have to swing from one wheel to the next using only their momentum. And finally, it's the 3-story cargo climb. Make it to the top and hit the buzzer. And at that point, you just hope your time holds up.
Thanks, Angela. Now let's take a look at the running order for the Northeast Regional Finals. First up, we'll see John Steffensen, a program manager who also enjoys an annual tradition of running with the Bulls. Later, it's Johnny's dark horse pick, Jesse Villarreal. The fisherman from Maine will be running 14. And finally, our two fastest competitors from the qualifying round on G4. 5'5" Michael Needham runs 29th, and world free running champion Tim Sheaf closes the competition. Now it's time to kick off the Northeast Regional Finals with the 31-year-old program manager from Connecticut, John Steffensen. Once a year, John leaves the safe confines of his office to join his friends on an unusual field trip to Bull Ride Mania in Harrisburg, PA. There, they get into the arena for a friendly game of bull hockey.
Well, I like hockey, just not when I'm the puck. But if you've got what it takes to stare down a bull, you've got what it takes to challenge our course.
Little duck and weave across the quad steps.
Now he's got to get a good hold on the log because the force of the drop can really weaken your grip.
He holds on, and John now facing down the bungee bridge.
Well, we had multiple guys go out on this obstacle yesterday.
And he's through. Now he's gonna need a big jump off the mini tramp to reach the cargo net. And he's got it.
But look how far he has to climb to get up and over. The top athletes here jump right to the top of the net, saving a lot of energy.
We'll see if that low grab comes back to haunt him. Nice tuck and roll out of the cargo net. If John wins the $500,000, he wants to start a whitewater rafting company out west. Of course, right now, looking to avoid the water here on the jumping bars.
Well, the key here is to get enough height on the jump where you can grab the bar with your arms bent.
And he's got it. No! So close, missed by the fingertips. Johnny, where did he go wrong?
Well, we saw it on his performance on the jump hang as well. He's just not very strong off the trampoline. You need to jump high enough so you can catch the bar at your apex, but he jumped at the bar, was already falling away when he caught it with one hand, making it almost impossible to hang on.
Didn't have the ups today.
Up next, he's a 23-year-old mild-mannered artist out of New Jersey, Jamie Ron, but you know him better now as Captain NBC.
Well, despite the antics, this kid's got some talent.
I'm the first costume competitor to make it to the finals. The costume is essentially just sneakers, high socks, body paint, and a mankini. It takes me about an hour and a half to 2 hours to paint it all. Warming up, I had a couple people ask me, like, are you gonna take this seriously? I am a serious athlete. I just like to have fun with it.
In the qualifying round, Jamie proved it was possible to combine fun with finesse. But for this part-time parkour instructor from New Jersey, his costume also conceals his painful medical past.
When I was in elementary school, I got migraines all the time, and turned out I have a brain cyst about 4 inches in diameter, and it just causes a debilitating migraine. No light, no sound, no movement. I'll be in bed for 10 to 30 hours. Because it stopped growing and I've learned to deal with it, it's really not worth the risk of surgery. Competing in American Ninja Warrior, there's always the chance that a migraine could come on in the finals, prelims, whenever. But I can just deal with it and force through it. It'll definitely hinder me, but it's not gonna stop me.
In yesterday's qualifying round on G4, Jamie was Captain G4, but tonight he's transformed into Captain NBC. Oh, a little low on the quad steps, but he gets through it. I wonder what his superpower is.
Well, I wonder if that paint affects the log grip for the next guy. We'll play it as it lies here.
Gets through it, and now through the bungee bridge, and you're right. Despite this costume, despite the green hair, a talented athlete and a good leap on the jump hang.
He was pulling the wedgie out before the jump hang. A crucial adjustment.
Well, he coaches parkour, has designed 2 parkour gyms, and free running parkour is such a good preparation for this course.
Well, you see him yelling at these jumping bars. They gave him some trouble in qualifying. It looks like he might have a little bit of, his feet might be wet a little bit, but
here it is. Oh! Just not enough to get up, Johnny.
yeah, you know, maybe he had a little moisture on his shoes. There's a little dew in the air, and just slipped on the first initial attempt, but was able to recover. But it looked like he just slipped a little bit on the trampoline, which took all his upward momentum away.
Well, it turns out for Captain NBC, his kryptonite, the jumping bars. Here in Florida, South Beach is usually where the action is, but tonight, all eyes are focused on the American Ninja Warrior course. I'm Matt Eisman alongside Olympic gold medalist Jonny Moseley, and we're here in Miami for what is turning out to be a very challenging Northeast Regional Finals, where 30 athletes are vying for just 15 spots in Las Vegas.
And Matt, the jumping bars are proving to be very challenging for the Northeast athletes.
That's true, Johnny. 4 more just hit the course, and again, the jumping bars proved to be too much to handle. But it's still very early in the competition, and as we look at the first leaderboard of the night, you'll see that so far all 6 competitors successfully completed the jump hang, but fell out on the very next obstacle, the jumping bars. Jamie Ron sits in the top spot for now. A resident superhero leads with a time of 30.49 seconds through the first 4 obstacles. Bullmania fan John Strezpek is in 4th. The question now, Johnny, who will be the first to beat the jumping bars tonight?
Well, one guy who's got a good chance is this guy, Jesse Villarreal, who was a championship sprinter in high school, so he knows the importance of speed.
Well, right now it's time for a competitor who's no stranger to the American Ninja Warrior course, Louis Moso from New Bedford, Massachusetts.
He's been living out of his van for the past year because he got sick of paying rent in New York City, where he works as a stuntman.
And if he wins the $500,000 grand prize on American Ninja Warrior, he says the money will go to his parents and sisters, and he'll keep on rolling in his home on wheels. Here's Louis ready to go, no stranger to the spotlight. Done stunts in a bunch of big-time TV shows and major motion pictures. Onto the log grip. Gets a good hold. No problem there. Up next, the bungee bridge. Oh, and a stumble. Oh, great save.
The belly flop, and just so close to going through and slipping off the bungee bridge. Nice recovery.
Right up onto the jump hang. A little low, though. And we see that where a little slip up, it either focuses you or it really gets in your head, John.
Yeah, and this is going to be the big test coming up. Will he be the first to complete the jumping bars?
He's got it. The first athlete to make it to the bar, but still a long way to go to the finish, Johnny.
Louis got a strong jump off the trampoline, unlike the previous athletes who didn't let the force of the trampoline propel them up to the bar.
On to the wall lift.
Well, the walls weigh 45, 55, and 65 pounds and really wears you out right before you need all of your energy reserves to get up the warped wall.
And here is the warped wall for the Portuguese powerhouse.
Back to the top of the warped wall, representing the Northeast region.
And his heels flying up there. It looked like he was Superman catching air, pulled himself up. Good job by Louis Moso. Now on to the salmon ladder. Good jump.
He's pretty good on the trampoline. Let's see if he's got the timing to get up the salmon ladder.
Well, the salmon ladder into cycle road will test the limit of your upper body strength, but Louis Moso is flying through it.
And a fist bump before he even landed. We are going to have our first finisher of the night, and Louis knows it.
What a job by the stuntman who lives in his van. This is by far the best performance he's ever turned in, and he's put himself in a good position to make that trip to Mount Midoriyama in Las Vegas. And Louis Moso has done it, a time of 2:49.35.
Wow, that is gotta feel good. After almost going out on the bungee bridge, a super close call. He refocused his energy and becomes the first to make the jump onto the jumping bars and completed the course. Great performance.
As the only finisher, Louis is currently in first place, but there are a lot of great athletes still to come. I'm Matt Eisman alongside Jonny Moseley, and tonight we're looking for the 15 fastest finishers to move on to the Las Vegas finals, where they will be joined by the best from 5 other regions across the country.
That's right, Matt. But while we were away, several more athletes ran out of steam at the jumping bars. And then semi-pro football player Matt Mings rumbled past the jumping bars and made it to the warped wall, but just couldn't tackle it.
So on the leaderboard, the man from Massachusetts, Louis Moseley, remains the only one to complete the course. Football pro Matt Mings comes in at number 2, having made it through the wall lift, dropping Jamie Ron to 3rd. Captain NBC, the fastest so far in a long list of athletes who completed only the jump hang. Well, one athlete with great expectations is the world free running champion, Timothy Livewire Sheaf, American-born but living in England. He's with our Angela Sun right now.
Tim, you're going into the regional finals with a 13-second margin, faster than any other person. Are there any concerns going into this course?
I've not got much experience with the salmon ladder. I know some of the other athletes train with them in their backyards, and with free running, there's nothing like that. So that's my biggest concern. So I'll just take my time with it, but I'm still hoping to get a fast time.
Thanks, Angela. And there's the salmon ladder the world champ is concerned about.
Yeah, you know, it's not a brute force obstacle, Matt. It does take precise timing, though, to pull it off, and that's why experience on it is especially important, and that's why he's concerned.
Time to get back to the action. On the starting blocks right now, 27-year-old visual effects artist Danny Johnson from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Well, he's 6 feet 5 inches tall, an imposing figure by any account. Now, height might help him on some obstacles, but not on all of them.
Not hurting him on the quad steps, quickly moving on to the log grip.
Now, the bungee bridge is all about balance, and taller guys can have problems.
But very nimble getting across, and now gets to use that long reach on the jump hang.
Whoa, right to the top. Danny's a rock climber, and he is definitely using that upper body strength tonight.
Well, he complains that most people underestimate his athletic ability because he's tall and lanky, but proving the naysayers wrong tonight, Johnny.
Well, being 6'5" will help him reach the first bar.
Danny's up, and he's got it.
Nice, but working his way across is all arm strength and coordination. You see him, he's using his hard swinging to help launch him forward to the next bar. That definitely saves some energy.
Yeah. Well, he's going to need all the energy he can muster to get through the rest of this course. Onto the wall lift now.
Well, here's where his height hurts him, Matt. He has to lift each wall higher than most athletes do just to get under it. And when you're already exhausted, every little bit of wasted energy just starts adding up.
Good point, Johnny. He is clearly spent at this point, catching his breath now before the warped wall. Making a run for it. Oh, yeah. Up on his first try. The height definitely helped him there, but he is feeling the strain.
Well, his hands on his hips, he's tired, and this is one obstacle where height is not a factor at all. It doesn't help him. It doesn't hurt him. It's about timing. It's about dexterity, and it's about endurance.
And he's up on the bar, but with his height, that's the easy part.
And given the state he's in now, this is going to be hard.
Oh, and he's down. Danny Johnson, the 6'5" man from Pittsburgh, comes up short on the salmon ladder.
Well, instead of moving straight up the obstacle, his back and forth momentum carried him too far backwards.
Well, next up out of Westbrook, Maine, 21-year-old Jesse Villarreal.
The fisherman took us all by surprise in the qualifying round on G4, and now he's one of my favorites.
My name's Jesse Villarreal. I'm 21 years old from Maine.
Where we're at right now is up in West Bath, Maine. We're out here on the water doing us some quahog and racking them up. Quahog is pretty much a hard-shelled clam. Pretty much anyone around here will eat them.
When you're raking up quahogs, you're just tugging at the mud, you're tugging at whatever you got under the water. It really is rigorous training, and it really does help you for Ninja Warrior because you need that upper body strength.
Yeah, you're definitely gonna feel it anywhere between the triceps and even up to the biceps a little bit.
You know what most people go to the gym to do, I'm doing out making money. For me, I've actually never been to a gym before. I've always found myself outside in nature, climbing trees, climbing cliffs, rocks. What a lot of people, don't understand about being from Maine is, you're not in a big city. Seeing somebody, even just jump off of, say a small ledge is abnormal. Something they'd only expect in a movie. A lot of the tactics that I use, especially for the American Ninja Warrior course, is you're going out there not knowing what to expect.
Sporting the Velociraptor mask says it makes him feel like he can attack the course. And he's off.
He's just so fluid on those quad steps. He looks like he's dancing out there.
Now onto the log grip. Looks like he's Velcroed on there. Putting together a good run. Whoa! Looks like his foot might have touched the mat under the bungee bridge, but I don't see a red flag from the judges.
He may very well get disqualified, Matt, but he's moving on. We'll have to check with the judges.
Getting up and over the cargo net on the jump hang.
Man, that bungee bridge hasn't taken a lot of people completely out, but it certainly has scared a lot of guys.
And his heart has to be racing right now. Getting ready for the jumping bars. Oh, pretty close, but he is on.
Well, there are two keys to this. First, you have to get a good, strong jump off the trampoline. And second, you need a good balance of upper body strength and coordination. He's looking to carry on the tradition of Makoto Nagano, one of the 3 people who's ever achieved total victory at Mount Midoriyama. He was a fisherman from Japan.
Makoto Nagano, that's a lot to live up to, but you'd have to say right now, Jesse is living up to it. Through the wall lift with relative ease, now onto the warp wall. A great job getting up that, Johnny.
1 minute, 25 seconds to this point. That's faster than his time through the warped wall in qualifying.
But now onto an obstacle that's new to him, the salmon ladder. And he's up. Looks like he's going with a straight arm technique, an unorthodox method compared to many of the favorites who tend to keep their arms at 90 degrees. But he's through and onto Cycle Road.
Using a two-handed method here, he's keeping his momentum going. That's the key.
Looks like he's hesitating a bit.
Not a good place to be. Nope, he's good.
He's done it. The fisherman is through and exhorting the crowd to cheer him on, and they oblige. We just got word from the judges. Jesse did not touch the mat on the bungee bridge. His run is clean, and he looks to be one step closer to the Las Vegas finals. What a great effort. And Johnny, after he was so close to going out on the bungee bridge.
Jesse told me that he's running in his granddad's honor, who passed away last year, but supported his love of parkour, so completing this course would be a dream come true. Well, guess what? Dreams do come true.
Jesse Villarreal has completed the course in a time of 3:32.70. Another outstanding run from the 21-year-old from Maine. Turns a close call into an unbelievable finish, Johnny.
I think my grandfather's proud of me up there.
And he continues to impress me as one to watch. I think he can win the whole darn thing. That's how much I think of this kid's ability.
Well, let's go to Angela, who's standing by with the fisherman right now.
Jesse, congratulations on finishing the course. Little bobble on the bungee bridge. What happened?
That was just a little clumsiness on my part. When I stepped on the second bridge there, it didn't come up far enough. I went back a little bit, my toe got caught under.
Well, you finished the course with a lot of flair and making a statement, so congratulations.
Thank you.
Guys, back up to you.
The fisherman, Jesse Villarreal, has reeled in a second-place finish for now. 6'5" Danny Johnson right behind him in third, but there are many more athletes still to come, all with their sights set on a trip to Las Vegas. Tonight, we're cutting a field of 30 qualifiers down to just the 15 fastest in the Northeast Regional Finals. While you're away, some were stopped at the warped wall, and the rest were stopped by the salmon ladder. We still only have 2 finishers on our leaderboard. Stuntman Louis Mosso from outside Boston and fisherman Jesse Villarreal from Maine. And our resident superhero Jamie Ron drops to 10th. You know he doesn't want to fall any farther. And at the bottom of the standings, it's the Bullmania fan John Strezpeck in 15th place. And there's Michael Needham, the golf course landscaper from New Jersey, who's running later.
He's dedicating his run to his brother, who's serving in Afghanistan.
Here's another inspirational story. He's a 22-year-old gym owner from Mount Laurel, New Jersey. It's Chris Wilczewski. What a year it's been for Chris as he became a first-time business owner, opening the doors to the Warrior Lab Gym in Hanestown, New Jersey. But life hasn't always been so easy for Chris.
When I was in college, I had a major drinking issue. It was really bad. I was pretty much drinking like 540s a night, every night. I'd be drinking by myself. I just really didn't have a sense of purpose.
But Chris found the support he needed among new friends at American Ninja Warrior.
It sounds kind of ridiculous to say that something as simple as a TV show could really change someone's life, but for me, that's really what happened. I really felt that I bonded with all the guys on the show. They all kind of helped me to see the light and to step away from that. Personally, since I've stopped drinking, I've been attending school full-time. I have a beautiful girlfriend now. I have another family at the parkour gym that I own. It's pretty much like a dream now.
Last year, he was so close to making it to Mount Midoriyama, one of the last athletes eliminated, and that is driving him tonight. Here he goes. Wow, it flies through the quad steps.
So light. Clearly, so much experience through the quad steps.
Great job in the log grip. Now on to the bungee bridge. A simple obstacle, but it can trip people up.
He's certainly seen all the problems that other people have had on the bungee bridge. I like it. Creative use of the shirt.
Take the shirt off to dry the shoes.
Well, it's a smart move. He's seen the mistakes that people have made, and he's learned from them. Wet shoes can spell disaster on the trampoline, but not for him.
And right up onto the jump hang, up and over the net.
You know, in addition to his parkour training, Chris also practices yoga, which is definitely helping him get through this course right now, not just physically, but mentally as well.
And look at him, he's testing out that second trampoline. So many have fallen here tonight.
Nice onto the jumping bars. You hear the crowd behind Chris. Many of his students that he teaches parkour to at his Warrior Lab are here, and they're pretty vocal.
And a nice effort off the bars. I gotta say, Johnny, he doesn't look winded one bit as he's now going through the wall lift.
Matt, some of the competitors are just trying to complete this course, but this is one of the top guys. So he is not only trying to finish, he's trying to send a message with his time.
And a great run up the warped wall. But he's proving obstacle after obstacle what you can do with tremendous willpower. And onto the salmon ladder.
Well, he trains on this obstacle all the time. There's one in his gym, and he is showing it here.
Wow, and right up onto Cycle Road.
So key to carry the momentum and keep swinging back and forth.
Look at his focus. Chris Wilczewski says he gets nervous in the weeks leading up to the run, but at this point has to be feeling a great sense of relief after putting together a flawless run, making the final climb now.
Well, as an athlete, one of the greatest feelings is knowing you performed at your best, having all your preparation pay off, beating the course. That's what this moment is for Chris.
Well, he has done it! Chris Wilczewski has finally earned his trip to Mount Midoriyama, points his fingers to the sky. What a mix of emotions he must be feeling.
Fantastic.
It was a smooth run. It was a smart run. I really looked to him to be one of the contenders to be the first ever American Ninja Warrior.
Chris's run puts him in second place behind the Portuguese powerhouse stuntman Louis Moso. But there are 5 more athletes left to run, all looking for a place among the top 15 and a spot in Las Vegas. Tonight, just 15 athletes will earn a trip to Las Vegas, where they will take on the world's most difficult obstacle course, Mount Midoriyama. And if any American can conquer it, he'll make history, and he'll win $500,000. While you're away, 4 others soared, shoved, and swung their way to the finish line, including former Penn State gymnast Dan Galazinski, who vaulted to the top of the tower in 2:49. On the leaderboard, Galazinski finished a mere half-second behind the leader, Louis Moso. So he takes the number 2 spot away from Chris Wilczewski. Hall and Graves both slide into the top 5. And with all that movement, Captain NBC Jamie Rahn moves into the unwanted hot seat as our 15th fastest competitor. And that's not a good place to be, because if either of our last 2 athletes completes the jumping bars, the superhero will be eliminated. Next up, out of Flemington, New Jersey, he's a golf course landscaper, 27-year-old Michael Needham.
Came out of nowhere, honored his brother who's in Afghanistan just by getting through the qualifying round, but he wants to take it all the way.
Last year, I get a walk-on spot on the show. I ended up being 30th in line, and it just right past the cutoff. I was pretty disappointed, but it really motivated me to want to just get better and stronger and more prepared for the next season. I decided I was going to go home and build some of the obstacles, and it's paid off. Here I am. I'm in the best shape of my life because of this show, and I can't wait to take my shot at the course.
In the qualifying round, the 5'5" Michael Needham showed that his heart was bigger than his diminutive stature, finishing our course with the 2nd fastest time. Also behind this adrenaline junkie is his family, even though one member is thousands of miles from home.
My brother, he's actually a Marine in Afghanistan right now. It's tough having my brother out there. I'm really worried about him. He's been my training buddy for the longest time. We used to go to cliffs near my house and train all the time. I think about him all the time, but I try to keep active, keep it off my mind as much as I can. I would love to dedicate my performance to him, and hopefully I can prove to him that all our training has paid off, and I really hope to make him proud.
Well, his brother should be proud that Michael even made it to the regional finals. Not an easy task. His height and his story have really endeared him to his fellow competitors and to the crowd. One of the most popular athletes out here.
He's also a resilient guy. He says he's dislocated his shoulder 18 times.
Michael Needham on the quad step. Oh my goodness!
No!
What a mistake! Goes out on the first obstacle. What happened there?
Well, he tried to get through it so fast, doing 1 foot on each quad step, when if you look at this situation in perspective, he could have really taken his time to ensure that he got through the quad steps.
Really a mental mistake, and what a horrendous one for Michael Needham. He is done. Let's go to Angela, who's standing by with him right now.
Mike, a stark contrast from the qualifying round when you came in 2nd. What happened?
I just underestimated the quad steps. They're a little slick right now. It's getting a little damp, and I put my foot on the 2nd one and just slipped a little, and it threw me off just enough to not reach the 4th one.
I know that your brother's serving out in Afghanistan. What would you like to say to him?
Oh, buddy, I'm going to train hard. Thanks for all the training. It really paid off. I had a great experience out here, and I'm going to step it up. I hope I made you proud.
Thanks, Mike. Matt and Johnny.
Thanks, Angela. And with Michael's stumble, Captain NBC Jamie Rahn remains in the hot seat, still waiting to see if he will earn the final spot destined for Vegas. Welcome back to the Northeast Regional Finals of American Ninja Warrior. It all comes down to this. All but one of the qualifiers have taken their shot on this unforgiving regional finals course. The only man left, Timothy Sheaf. His run will determine not only his fate, but that of the man in the hot seat, Johnny. And that man is Captain NBC Jamie Rahn, who went out with a major splash on the jumping bars. And now it's the moment this crowd has been waiting for. The last runner in the Northeast Regional Finals, 24-year-old Tim Livewire Sheaf. Born in Connecticut but raised in London, he is the favorite, the #1 seed. He laid down the fastest run in yesterday's qualifying on G4, and he has the potential to do it again tonight.
I'm Tim Livewire Sheaf and I'm from London, England. I've just always been myself. I don't try and follow any trends. My background was breakdancing, and that really, as I got into freerunning, developed my style with upper body strength. People see my signature move as either the one-handed handstand or the walking flag, which is where you hold yourself horizontally on a bar and like walk up like invisible stairs. I think freerunning is one of the best backgrounds you could have to cross over into Ninja Warrior because it teaches adaptability. Freerunning is everything, every aspect, jumping, climbing, and every time you train, you're looking for different things to challenge you in a different way. The joy of when I do is that I'm doing things most people would be scared when they're stood at that position, and I just feel relaxed and ready to go. And I'm hoping I have the same feeling in Ninja Warrior. The inspiring things to me to keep going is just like life is so fun when you just go with the moment.
Well, Tim just saw Michael Needham misstep on the quad steps. That could shake his confidence, Matt.
But he one steps through the quad step after Needham just went out on it.
Man, it's a bold approach, but I can't decide if I like the guts or if it makes me nervous.
Tim Sheaf never one to play it safe. Oh my goodness! Down on the bungee bridge, but a great save there by Livewire.
Man, it looks like it's going to be an all or nothing run. Any of these obstacles can go either way. Whoa.
Not a great jump there.
He dove straight out. What you're really looking for there is a nice vertical trajectory.
Well, he'll have another chance on a trampoline because he's coming up to the jumping bars, which he must complete in order to eliminate our superhero in the hot seat, Jamie Ron, and move on to the Las Vegas finals.
Oh, he boosted this time to the jumping bars, and look at the power he is creating, launching between the bars. Oh, and he skips the last bar. Awesome.
And he's done it. Tim Sheaf is going to Mount Midoriyama, but that means Captain NBC, Jamie Ron, just got knocked out of the competition. Livewire electrifying this crowd. But man, oh man, he has had some close calls, but now he's done it, redeemed his performance last year, but he's not done with this course.
Right to the top of the warped wall.
But the next obstacle is the salmon ladder. This is the obstacle he most fears, never attempted it before.
Oh, no hesitation, straight off the mini tramp. Taking a look at it, you can hear them coaching him. This is all about timing.
And look at this. Tim Sheaf looks like a veteran on the salmon ladder. And he's moving right through Cycle Road.
Now, he's gone so quickly through this course that he shouldn't have any forearm fatigue at all. So far, definitely one of our fastest times to this point, even though he stumbled hard on the bungee bridge.
Well, let's see how his fitness is. Tim Sheaf, the fastest in qualifying, is now in line to be the fastest in the Northeast Regional Finals.
2 minutes, 49 seconds is the mark to beat.
He was worried about the salmon ladder, but got through it, and now onto the cargo climb. You can see the leader's box standing, cheering him on, envious of his performance, but also glad that they will be moving on with him. And he's closing in on the top time.
He's got to get over the ledge.
10 seconds. He's done it. Timothy Sheaf has the fastest time in this Northeast Regional Finals.
It was a macho performance. I love to see him handle the pressure of going last, surviving an early stumble, and still posting the fastest time again tonight.
Let's go to Angela, who's standing by with Livewire.
Tim, fastest time going into the regional finals, fastest time going out to the finals in Vegas with a 2:43.55. What do you think about that?
Gotta make that prize money, baby.
Take me through your run a little bit.
I was so awake in every moment of that course. I was aware, and I thought, didn't feel anything physical until the end. You know, you wait, you start to come back down to earth, and you get tired. But you know, everyone's got that extra energy. It's whether you can harness it or not.
Well, Well, it definitely paid off, and you definitely harnessed that. Congratulations.
Thanks very much.
Guys, back up to you.
With that, we now have the 15 athletes from the Northeast region who have earned their trip to Las Vegas. At the top, Livewire Tim Sheep, 6 seconds ahead of Louis Moso, our van-based stuntman. A total of 8 completed the course, so the final 7 spots will be filled by the athletes who got the farthest, the fastest. These 15 now move on to the finals in Las Vegas to take on the world's most difficult obstacle course, Mount Midoriyama. For Jonny Moseley and Angela Sun, I'm Matt Eisman. Thanks for joining us for a fantastic night from Miami. We'll see you next time on American Ninja Warrior.